One general law, leading to the advancement of all organic beings, namely, multiply, vary, let the strongest live and weakest die. This preservation of favorable variations and the rejection of injurious variations, I call natural selection, or the survival of the fittest. The highest possible stage in moral culture is when we recognize that we ought to control our thoughts. The highest possible stage in moral culture is when we recognize that we ought to control our thoughts. Intelligence is based on how efficient a species became at doing the things they need to survive. The mystery of the beginning of all things is insoluble by us, and I for one must be content to remain an agnostic. I am not apt to follow blindly the lead of other men. A scientific man ought to have no wishes, no affections, a mere heart of stone. On the ordinary view of each species having been independently created, we gain no scientific explanation. I have tried lately to read Shakespeare, and found it so intolerably dull that it nauseated me. My mind seems to have become a kind of machine for grinding general laws out of large collections of facts. The love for all living creatures is the most noble attribute of man. Man tends to increase at a greater rate than his means of subsistence. Ignorance more frequently begets confidence than does knowledge. Animals, whom we have made our slaves, we do not like to consider our equal. A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. The mystery of the beginning of all things is insoluble by us, and I for one must be content to remain an agnostic.